New Chanel, mama and Gucci, got out the hoop, yeah. Been through hell, carry the life is a movie, yeah. We prevail, now we do the groupies, don't do the groupies, yeah. Got money for bail, don't act like you know me, knock off your koofy, yeah. Flooded the rollie with Ethan, Hellcat Katrina the Beamer, blowing the money like Freeman. I got a flex in the sleepers, they tryna do me like Caesar. You gotta watch for the creepers, I got the eye in the steam.
Hey, welcome to another special episode of Dream Chasers. Today, I'm excited because I finally got a D1 head coach on my podcast for the first time. I've had a couple D1 assistants, and one was audio only with Janice Banks, and one that I'm putting out this weekend with Matt Crenshaw when he was a D1 assistant over at Ball State. But I mean, if you're a kid that you're worried about the transfer portal, you're a local kid, maybe here in Indiana, and you're looking for a school, I mean, there's no better place than IUPUI. They are building. And my guy, Matt Crenshaw, has got the head coaching job. So he's my first D1 coach. I'll never forget this interview. It's very special to me. And I just want everybody to stand up and clap for Matt Crenshaw. I mean, I think this guy deserves it. I mean, I seen the work he put in as a player, and I see the work that he put in as a coach. And I mean, I'm just excited. I'm super excited. I'm super happy for you, my brother, for sure.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, and excited to be here. Excited about this opportunity. As you know, what IUPUI means to me and so many others, and just ready to restore that feeling and get it back to the ways that it was.
Good, man. Good. Man, how does it feel to be back, man? And at IUPUI, I mean, I know you put in so much work. You were there with Ron Hunter for how many years? How long was you with Hunter?
I obviously played for him for 4, and then I was with him, I want to say, for 5 as a coach. Okay. So 11 years or not, 5 or 9.
9 years, and then you went to Ball State. How long were you at Ball State?
I was at Ball State for 3 seasons. 3 seasons at Ball State, not 3 full complete years, but 3 seasons.
Right. So you put in all that time, and now you circle back and you get the job at IUPUI, man. What's the feeling when you found out that you had the job, man?
Well, honestly, it was a little surreal. It's humbling. You get that call. I want to say I got it maybe on a Saturday.
Okay.
And I had to sit on that information for 3 days.
Okay.
So nobody knew. When I say nobody knew, but one person, besides the AD, the chief of staff and the chancellor, people just want to do things the right way and let the other candidates know and follow the process. And so, offered the job, and I was like, okay, thanks. I never forget it because I was like, okay, thanks. And then, we kind of talked about some stuff, and I got off the phone. Then I yelled, I ran around, and, Monique was looking at me like, what's going on?
Right.
I'm running around and I'm yelling, and then just say, hey, they offered me the job, and I accepted, and I was hyped. But I knew Dr. Perry, the athletic director at IUPUI, probably was like, was he excited or not?
Right. Trying to keep it cool.
So I had to just tell him the next day, like, I'm super excited. You caught me off guard yesterday. And, I told him, I said, hey, man, I ran around and I yelled after we got off the phone.
I was playing cool, but I really wasn't cool at all.
Right.
That's funny, man. So, what made you go for it, man? I mean, have you always had aspirations of being a head coach, and what made you go for it?
Honestly, my aspirations of being a head coach, I got to say that's Ron Hunter, man. Honestly, when I got into coaching, I knew from the 10th grade why I wanted to be a coach, and we can talk about that here in a second. But Coach Hunter, when he talked publicly and we'd be at events and other things, he'd always say, man, Matt Crenshaw is going to be a head coach, great assistant. and there's power in words. And
Right.
We had a conversation one time. We was out in Vegas for recruiting, and
Right.
we had a meeting. And he just told me, I'll never forget. He said, "Hey, don't let the little things distract you. You can be a great coach, and you'll be a head coach," is what he told me. And so then I thought about it. I was like, man, I'm one or 2 years in. I'm thinking about just moving from the Dobo to assistant something else. Right. And he put that in my mind. And then as you know, my third and fourth year, fifth year, then I said, okay, I know I really want to be a coach. And that was something for me down the road.
Right. Right. You always, I mean, as a basketball player, man, you always was that guy that was directing your team. And then when you were gone, I remember, I think you had injured your hand or something, and we was having open gym, stuff like that. The vibe was different. I mean, just a lot of times, like, you know, you kept guys in check, you know what I mean, on the floor, off the floor. So, I mean, I just always knew that you always had the opportunity to be a head coach. And then when they said it, you know, we were all on our little Facebook bubble, like, man, Curdy better get it. You know, we was excited about it. So, I mean, it's all good. But
yeah, so I'll tell you a story real quick. Like, so with that, you know, I say Chris Scott, Odell Bradley, right? The process was going. I had interviewed, but I wasn't telling anyone that I interviewed, you know, and I didn't want tons of people calling on my behalf and those things, right? So, or the media kind of get my name, because, you know, a lot of people do that in the process, right? So get momentum and steam. So I hadn't told anybody. So Chris is calling me. He was like, man, I heard this guy interviewed. I heard that guy interviewed. You haven't interviewed? I was like, nah, man, I think I'm interviewing next week. He was like, well, they're supposed to have a decision by next week. You sure? And I was like, nah. So Odell was in town, and we were supposed to have breakfast that Sunday. I knew already I had the position, but he's like, hey, man, you heard anything? And I was like, nah, I'm trying to get an interview. He said, man, you're trying? No, I'm about to call the school. I'm about to call the chancellor. I'm about to call everybody. I was like, just let me see if I get an interview. Wait till Friday. Wait till Friday.
Right.
He sees the news, and then you know Odell, right? So he's something crazy.
Well, it was funny. It was funny because we was all on there, because I think either Chris Scott or Odell, one of them put something up. It's like, they ain't even considered. And I was like, bro, I said, that's crazy. I was like, so we just all start chiming in. And you know how it is on Facebook. We ain't talking to the world, but we are. And I was like, they better get this man the job. So I start posting stuff. You see stuff over here, and it was just Crenny everywhere. So I'm like, man, get Crenshaw at the door. But what are you looking for in players for IUPUI? You know, what are you looking for them? We talked about this. We touched on this last time I spoke to you, but I want to hear it a little. I want maybe your perspective might be a little bit different now that you being a head coach and you got your own ship. What is it like? You know, when you're going to be recruiting these kids, you know, with their, you know, how their attitudes and demeanor. I mean, what are you looking for? And then off the floor, what are you looking for off the floor? And then what are you looking for on the floor, you know, when you're recruiting these kids?
Simple and plain, recruiting philosophy will be high character, highly competitive, student athletes that understand, and we're going to impart on them. It's bigger than basketball.
Right. Absolutely.
As we go through it and they're with us, you know, for the 4 or 5 years, they're going to know it's bigger than basketball. And it's about development. And it's tied in with my core values and what the program's going to stand for. It's thread, and they're broken up into, you know, three are together, one's by itself, and then 3 more together. All right. THREADD, the thread. All right. So trust, honesty, respect. All right. That's the biggest thing that we'll be about. And you have to give respect to get respect. And then you'll be honest with the guys. Then you'll get their trust. Okay. And then earnestness. You know, we're going to be convicted in what we do, and we're going to give it our all to win and to be the best every day. All right. We're going to try to win that day. You know, we're not going to try to win the year. You know, let's win the hour. Let's, you know, win the minute. Let's win the day. All right. And then the main 3 building blocks, honestly, accountability, accountable for your actions on and off the floor. Discipline. Discipline, not so much about if there are consequences, but discipline in what we do, how
Right.
we carry ourselves, how we conduct ourselves. And then, when you're on the floor, the disciplined teams win. Those are the teams that win championships. And then development is not just, the classroom, making sure you have everything, the weight room, improving your body, becoming a better basketball player from skill development. I'm talking about holistically developing the young man where, job interviews, understanding how to write a resume, having mentors in the community coming back, and then having internships, and then having former players, former people connected to the program. Indianapolis is a great place. It's a great city. Having people being able to touch them, because like I said, the ball stops bouncing for somebody, for everybody at some point. And you may not know what you want to do, but we're going to connect some dots. So, after they get done playing professionally, that they'll be able to pick up the phone and call someone.
Absolutely, man. That is dope, man. So something that needs to be addressed, and this is going to be huge going forward for all your kids and all the kids that want to play for IUPUI. Transfer portal.
Yes.
What you going to do with that, man? I know between this year, possibly next year, you will have maybe some kids that are phasing out and they've been in for a long time. What is that going to do to your recruiting, and what is that going to do to your team?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. What I'd say, transfer portal can be used, and what we'll utilize it for will be pieces to enhance the program, but it won't be our main recruiting focus. Okay, what I talked about and what I truly believe is recruiting the city of Indianapolis, 465, and then the state of Indiana first and foremost. And so we're going to target the high school student athletes in the state, and we're going to try to get the best of the best. Okay, so that's my original philosophy, and that's what we're going to stick to. And then we'll use the transfer portal for pieces that maybe we can't get. Help us with our age and experience. Maybe get a 6'10" guy that you might not be able to get, something like that. But it's going to have to fit, and I'm going to need to make sure that the pieces fit what we're trying to build. And it's about building a program. I don't want to have to add. Okay, you add 2 pieces this year, now they're gone next year. You never really getting to add and getting people to really grow with you, grow with the program, and you don't have that leadership, and it's hard to maintain and have leaders pass down their values of the program if your leadership is always turning out, leaving. So we'll utilize it, but it won't be our primary focus. And what I'm hoping on and what I see right now, a lot of coaches, that's going to be their primary focus. So it's going to allow us to hopefully land some student athletes that we might not have been able to land 3 years ago. So, and I don't know if you saw, but I'm kind of doing some things by myself right now until the staff gets put in place. And I've offered about 4 or 5 student athletes in that 2022 class. I've offered 5 in that 2023 class, all in the state of Indiana, and I'd be just delighted to get those 4 in that 22 class. And it's a piece of a puzzle. Like I told all of those guys, I see them all fitting, playing together. We're going to play unique and not really unique how we play. 4 guards, 4 guys push it, play together, play fast.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's dope. If you're a homegrown kid in Indiana and you're watching this today, I mean, you have an opportunity. And not only do you have an opportunity to play basketball, but you got an opportunity to lift up a homegrown team right here where you live. So, I would definitely be taking a look at IUPUI. How does your team look right now? I know you're jumping into it, and maybe you don't know the guys as well, but I don't know if they're doing anything yet. But we didn't really watch them last year. I know when Jason Gardner kind of stepped away, I kind of got away from the boys' side. But what does IUPUI look like right now? And what kind of work do you have to put in just going forward?
Well, as we look, the team is the team.
Okay.
I need to add a couple pieces.
Okay.
I've only been able to see these guys. I started Monday, but I had some meetings, so I've only been able to watch them work out a couple days.
Okay.
And we have a few guys injured, and honestly, we have some pieces, but we had some more. We had a point guard that started from day one as a freshman. He's going into his third year. He started probably 45 games. So experience at the point guard spot. We have some wings that didn't play to have athletic and talent. And I just, feel like we add a couple pieces from our wing position, forward position, and a center. We'll be able to do some things, man. It's about competing, playing hard, and we're going to defend. If you're playing for me, you're going to defend. So,
right, absolutely.
So yeah. I mean, and then then it's about building, and that's where it goes to not just relying on the transfer portal to bring in 6 or 7 guys. I want to build this and build it the right way so it can sustain to have the success year in and year out.
Right, absolutely, absolutely, man. Last question, because like I said, I know you're a busy man. Goals. 2-part question. What are the goals for this first year? And then, I mean, what's your goals just going forward with your program?
Well, one, like I'm not a person that says goals. Okay, what I will say is this: when we have the whole team in place, the goal will be from that time as we start our workouts in June. The goal is to get to the NCAA tournament. The goal is to be the top of the conference. I'm not coming in saying, hey, man, we don't have the guys here. We lost this, we lost that. No, we're going to set the standards high, and that's going to be the expectation. Now, if we don't reach it, we don't reach it, but I'm not saying anything less. That's how we starting from day one is the mindset of being at the top of the league and winning. Will it take us some time to get there and sustain? Yes,
Absolutely.
But it's all about the mindset. Like you have to think it before it can happen, and you have to act, and then it can happen. So, but we'll be able to play hard. There'll be some changes and some shifts, and we're gonna really definitely connect the program back with the city, back with the community, get people like yourself and others to come back, mentor our guys, talk to our guys, speak to our guys. So that's definitely going to be the focus. And then long term, like I said, for us, being always in the top 3, 4 of the Horizon League, year in and year out, opportunity to know we have a great chance of going to the NCAA tournament. We're going to play competitive schedules. We're going to try to play the in-state Power 5 schools, and we're going to want to put the IUPUI brand up against others. And for me, the long-term goal, honestly, would be to build the program and take it back to the next level. As I always, thought about being a head coach at IUPUI, I said I wanted to have more success than I ever had as a player and as an assistant coach. We went to the NCAA tournament. We won 25 games. We were at the top year in and year out. So for me, I want to exceed all of that. And then, working on getting an on-campus facility, some of those things, multi-purpose, facility on campus that we can use, and we can really get our students to the games. But we're also going to do promotions and different things and figure out why the students haven't been going to the fairground, Farmers Coliseum, and really get them engaged. So just exciting to try to connect all the dots and pieces, and excited about this opportunity.
Right. Absolutely, man. When it's all said and done, and I like I said, I think you're going to have a good deal of success. We're praying for you. We're pushing for you. At the end of the day, man, legacy. When you're all done, and you coach your last game, what is something that you would like for one of your players to say about Coach Matt Crenshaw?
What I'd say for my legacy to be is, Coach impacted my life. Coach changed my life. Coach saved my life. And Coach Cren was a person that's seemed like and became family to me and my family. It's always been about relationships, and it'll stay that way. And it's going to be a long-term relationship. It won't, a lot of coaches go into the house, hey, we're family, we're this, we're that. And then when they get on campus, they might not even talk to the kid. The kid can't go
Right.
to the office.
Right.
So they don't have a relationship with their coaching staff or the head coach. And that's why I'm not going to say that's the only reason why so many kids in the transfer portal, but the millennial student athlete is different.
Right.
I know that, and I've always admired the relationship, and that goes back to why I even wanted to coach. Like I'm a coach because of the impact my high school coaches had on me, whether it's picking me up for practice, opening the gym up early, maybe going through some stuff at home, taking time out to talk with me, time to build. So in the 10th grade, coach, I was down in Texas, my parents were in the military, so I was down in Texas. Billy Gillespie, Coach Dembo, Coach Crawford, Coach Manley, these were all guys that impacted me and part of that relationship aspect. And even when I was in the military, I've had a couple coaches, Al Young and Coach Green, that were like mentors and willing to sacrifice. They had full-time jobs in the military, and they were willing to sacrifice, get in the gym with me, call me, talk to me, just make sure I was in a good space. And for me, that's always stood out, and that's how I've always coached, and that'll be how I continue to coach.
Absolutely, man. My last pitch for everybody. Hey, IUPUI is going to be a great place to go. I think it's new beginnings. I think it's bright. I think the future is bright. You got a coach that cares about his student athletes. I'm not going at any other coaches, but I know this man. I watched Matt Crenshaw develop into a great man for years to come, and nothing has ever changed. That's what I respect about you. I mean, you've never, from day one, you've been the same guy. And like I said, everything that you're saying, I know that you're going to deliver on. And I'm just, we'll be there jumping for joy when you get to the tournament and you start making some noise, man. We appreciate you coming on. Go Jags for sure. Always.
Yeah, thanks. Go Jags. Appreciate you for having me. Young students out there, dream chasers, chase your dreams, listen to the message, skill development, just mentorship, whatever, everything that you're doing, your platform, nothing but positivity. The world, the city, the community needs more of that, more people like you. So really proud of what you are doing as well and impacting the youth. So continue that. Chase your dreams, baby. Go Jags.
All right, man. We want to thank y'all for watching. Matt Crenshaw, Coach Matt Crenshaw, put some respect on him.